Hello. Testing 1 2 1 3. Hello. Hi, Mikey. What's going on? Welcome back to the podcast. The red fox jumped over the fence and did a little dance. I don't even know what the hell I'm saying. Let's go over what we have today. We're doing. Oh, I'm dying. Hello. Testing 1 2 1 3. Hello, 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 hello. Testing. Hi, Max. Hello, testing. Bye.
All right, guys. We're
Thank
gonna do
you.
the thing that I was talking about earlier, where Lauren and I are gonna introduce the podcast and ourselves, and then we just ask for a round of applause to show audience, presence for the podcast, and then you guys can go on, continue on your night as if usual, and be as loud as you normally are. Don't worry about being too loud. It helps cover up the music, and we love you. Make sure you guys are taking care of Kate and Rory tonight. They're taking good care of you, and if you guys want to be part of the
Bye.
podcast today. Wave us down. So, right here, Bob. But yeah, so the keyword for your guys' applause is going to be Lauren introducing herself. So, awesome. Bye, Bubba.
Mikey, get a drink. Mikey, do you have a drink?
Yeah, he's going to get me one.
All right. You're thinking around an hour.
Okay. There we go. Hey, Corbin, can you do me a favor? Corbin, can you, oh, wait, never mind. I don't need, never mind. Can you do me a favor? Corbin. Okay, no, we're good. All right. Testing, 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 testing. Cool. All right, it's that time of the week again. This is the Breaking Brews Podcast, episode 11. I am your host, Mikey 2.
And I'm your co-host, Lauren Olivia.
All right, we're going to do that again. We're going to start over. So whenever Lauren introduces herself, we need that crowd applause, and then you guys can go back to doing whatever you're doing. So we'll start from the beginning.
Okay. I don't think
What's up, everybody? This is Breaking Brews, episode 11. I'm your host, Mikey 2.
And I'm your co-host, Lauren Olivia.
There it is. There it is. There it is. See, there we go. We like the personalness they're adding on.
yeah.
It's nice. It's amazing. Well, hey guys, this is Breaking Brews episode 11. We are back. Lauren is back.
I am.
I don't know if I can go another week without Lauren. I was like, if you're gonna be sick, I need you to be sick tomorrow. But we are glad to have Lauren back. Lauren was
I'm
in
glad to be back.
New Orleans again.
Yes, I was. I was in New Orleans sick, unfortunately. But
What an unfortunate combo.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got Lauren back. We pretty much lived an entire month in the last 48 hours since
we really we did for sure.
since Lauren has been back.
Yeah.
The person we're interviewing today is his name's Fred. He's from Chicago.
Yeah, one
and
of our
he's,
great friends,
oh,
honestly.
Hey, Bubba. Oh, yeah. We're interviewing our buddy Fred. He's from Chicago, and he has a lot to talk about. He's a really talented musician, so I'm really
Yes,
excited about that
yeah.
today. We are once again starting late. I left my camera all the way in Chicago. That would be crazy. I left my camera all the way in Cocoa Beach, and someone had to run it out to me.
Yeah.
So, it was a big oof moment. But
I mean, what's new?
what's new? Well, speaking of what's new, we are going to be trying. Thank you, Jackson. We love you. Thank you. Let's start off with what we're drinking. I have a feeling it
I'm
never
drinking
changes.
my usual.
Lauren, we got to get you drinking something at least every now and then.
Okay.
Now.
I actually went up to the bar today, and I
Oh?
was like, do you guys have Tiave tea on tap? Because I was feeling something different, but they didn't have it on tap.
Well, they do now.
They
'cause
do.
I
They
see.
do now.
I see my boys here.
But earlier
We love
today,
Everett.
they didn't. So I was like, give me my usual.
Dude, this tastes really good.
Which my usual is the Solar Flare, green, as always.
Well, I'm drinking the Mikey. Kate, you really outdid yourself. This is the best Mikey I've ever had. And
Nice.
I'm Mikey too, so I mean, what are you going to say? But no, seriously, this is amazing. I think this is the best it's ever tasted. So, yeah. So you were in New Orleans. What were you doing back in New Orleans?
I went to a military ball out there.
Ooh,
Yeah, it was
fancy.
fun. It was awesome.
Man, you're always
and-
doing cool stuff.
Yeah, and then I just went out and enjoyed the town and
Can't beat
know,
that.
Yeah, had good food.
Oh my gosh, I want to go to New Orleans so bad because I hear the food is so good.
It is.
and
It's nothing like
you
here.
can't beat that that Louisiana Southern food.
Yeah, even the bread's different. Like their water makes the bread different over there.
their water.
Yeah.
Is it like is it taste
It's
different?
just like a different type of water, and it like makes the bread rise
Okay.
differently.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm drinking my Mikey like I usually do. Like I said, this is the best it's ever tasted. Kate really outdid themselves today. We love
Kate
Kate.
always does a phenomenal job.
We love Kate. Kate, you can't go wrong with Kate. Kate's on your side. All right. Well, we're not going to waste any time today. We're going to hop right into our first segment. This is a segment we like to call This or That. Oh, you're good. You're good. You're good. Well, we're going to hop right into it. This is a segment we like to call This or That. And we do this every single week where we talk about two things that we like, this or that, and we explain why we like them, and then we invite people up from the audience to participate in the
Yeah.
podcast. And this week, we have actually Lauren got to be part of the writing process this week.
I did.
So it was kind of nice. You know, I usually do a lot of the writing for the show, and there's not much writing. It's really just making an outline.
Yeah.
But this
Mikey,
week,
I swear you always kill it with the outlines, to be honest.
listen, here's the thing is it's so funny because I'm so bad. Like in school, I was so bad at it. But when I'm passionate about something, I really do put a lot more effort into it. This week, our first topic is going to be when driving, which do we prefer? Off-roading or trails? Like if you could go camping, would you rather go down something that's not particularly so the deciding factor of it is off-roading is something that's not there's no organization to it, I guess. It's really what's
It's like pick your path and
Yeah,
you go down that
yeah,
path.
and
you-
there's not really even a path. It's really just you make your own path.
yeah.
But a trail is something that's been, you can see that people have walked it or driven it. And so, in that sense, what would you be doing when you're camping?
When I'm camping, I'd probably stick to a trail. Just
Play it safe?
Yeah, play it safe.
Well, okay. Now, here's the thing.
It's so different when you're camping, though, because, like, in my mind,
It's almost hard to find.
trails and off-roading are the same thing because I'm thinking of, like, off-roading with four-wheelers and ATVs. And you kind of do, like, pick a path, but you pick somebody else's path that they previously went on, and you can kind of see the ruts.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, that's really a trail. And
Yeah.
so now, I feel like maybe not in Florida as much as like the mountains, maybe where there's a little more free range to do whatever you want. In Florida, I feel like there's more trails. I mean, you see them trails everywhere, especially like if
Yeah.
you drive a lot. There's trails all throughout Orlando. There's trails
Oh,
all
yeah.
throughout.
There's so
like,
many trails within our local town. It's actually crazy.
It really is crazy. It's surprising how many there are. Considering like when you think of trails, you kind of think of like hiking, but it's just flat hiking.
Yeah. No, I think I would definitely do like a man-made trail. And then typically 9 times out of 10, like at the end of the trail or on the trail, you're going to see something pretty amazing.
Well, I hate to be cliche, but I really do like the path not taken. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. Here's the thing
Might be
is
someone who like comes
obvious-
up with these trails.
I would say like here's the thing is like
at this point in my life or whatever, with everything that I've gone through, I'm not afraid to die anymore. I was like, at this point, I probably won't die. So I feel like I'm lucky enough that I can take whatever trail I want and get lucky enough.
Wait, I just noticed something.
What?
We're matching.
Yo.
We're matching. We didn't even have to try.
Dude, and since this episode's coming out the day after Thanksgiving, I'm dressing up. I'm wearing my my Christmas headbands. I bought a whole bunch on Amazon, so every single day of the week I will have a different headband on if you catch me around town. But yeah, no, I love this thing. It was funny. A lot of people mentioned it to me today
I feel
while
like
I was
your
working.
bandana is your staple piece.
Dude, I love it, dude. It's because here's the thing is, I thought like I hate having just the solid black bandana. I want something more, and I'm not gonna lie, all my bandanas.
It's very festive.
This is a legit bandana. Everything else is usually made out of a t-shirt sleeve.
Well, it looks pretty good. I would never know.
Well, we are going to get our first person up here. I'm gonna go grab them, and Lauren's gonna interview them.
Okay.
That's how this works. We hop off.
Yeah, I'm curious.
One of us hops
to
off,
see
and
what
we have
they
somebody come up
to
here.
say.
So yeah, I'll be right back.
Welcome back to the show.
Single Monday, I swear to God. Is this my drink?
No, that's Mikey's drink.
I'll drink it.
Okay, so the question of the week is, would you rather pick a trail that's like man-made and has already like been structured, or would you rather go off-roading and kind of do it your own way?
Definitely do it my own way. I don't really like I don't know. Do you mean like take like a four-wheeler out or go hiking?
That's what I was saying. When Mikey came up with this topic, I'm like, basically off-roading and trails are, in my mind, like the same thing when you're talking about like four-wheeling or like dirt biking or something. But I guess like camping, like let's say hiking.
Okay. Yeah, 100%. Unless we're talking about like the really notorious legendary routes like the Appalachian Trail or going through the Rockies, then definitely off-roading. I've done a lot of whitewater hiking.
Oh, I love that.
Oh yeah. I used to be a big outdoorsman, but you know, work and adult life, of course.
Yeah,
but,
unfortunately, it gets in the way of all the fun.
Yeah, sadly. But no, I used to just pick a forest or a mountain and just go up there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, 100%.
See, I feel like I'm like a very structured person, to where I'm like, okay, I need to go this route, but I'm also scared like I'd probably get lost.
Yeah,
I feel like that's really easy. I've actually been lost in the woods before when I went hunting with my dad, and luckily it was on his property, and I think we somewhat ended up on the neighbor's property at the end of it, but everything literally looks the same. It's scary.
No, it is 100%. I always try to do it where I have signal.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard in the mountains, so I'll take
Well, now they have Starlink, which is pretty awesome.
Oh yeah.
So now we don't really have to worry about that ever.
Yeah,
again.
that was before my time.
Yeah.
Look at me, I'm sounding like an old man. But yeah, no, I used to take a map with me. Damn, I really sound like an old man now. Yeah, I used to take a map with me. It's really, I got way in depth with like camping and going out because I used to like. I lived in Tennessee, so the Appalachian was like right in my back door.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I've gone hiking to all the waterfalls out there. I don't know, just a beautiful state.
Oh, 100%, yeah. And when you're hiking too, you'll just like wander.
Kind of venture off.
Yeah, you'll
and
venture
just see
off.
what else there is.
Yeah, and then you'll find like a cool waterfall people don't know
I
about.
feel like even if you do pick a man-made trail, there's multiple trails within that trail that you can choose to kind of like go on or explore.
Oh yeah. There's like one sort of we'll call it like a tourist route.
Yeah.
And then there's like
you
little
see where other
offshoots.
people like you have just gone off the trail to go see what else
that's
there
me.
is.
That's 100% me. I love it. I remember one time I was doing like an actual trail, and I branched off. This was in Tennessee, of course, and I happened across a cave. And
That's pretty
me and the
cool.
boys just went in there and then camped in the cave.
Oh,
It was like
that's
a
awesome.
Yeah, it was like a 2-day thing. We weren't like expecting to be out there more than like a day,
Yeah.
and then we just said fuck it.
I remember when I was
Yeah.
younger and I went to like one of the local springs. I guess it's like close to Orlando, but my friends and I, there weren't like any adults around, which I guess there should have been. But we also should have stayed in like the little path that all the tourists go down in
Yeah.
the springs. But we ventured off on this like little side trail, and we actually found this sinkhole.
Oh,
And these other kids came with us too, and they started putting like their foot down into the sinkhole. It was not good. Looking
that-
back on it as an adult, I'm like,
Dang.
that's not good.
yeah, that's how you end
So
up on
I'm
the
gonna-
9 a.m. news. Yeah, yeah.
So I'm gonna stick to the main trail.
Yeah, 100%. I get into some trouble when I'm like kayaking and going off, on random routes or whatever. I've ended
Yeah.
up in people's backyards and like, what the fuck are you doing on my property? And they'll have a gun and I'll be like, man, sorry, wrong turn. Please don't shoot me,
Yeah.
It's crazy, but
You gotta take that risk sometimes
Yeah.
to find the cool stuff.
yeah, risk for adventure,
Yeah.
Yep.
Somebody had to take a risk to find like the main trail,
Yep. Somebody did. I imagine somebody probably died too.
Yeah.
It is crazy, some of those stories, but
Especially with the waterfalls too, people just
yeah.
falling off or acting stupid.
Yeah, I
It's-
mean,
it's crazy.
just look at Mount Everest. That bad boy's got a kill count on him.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It
But
is wild.
hey, I don't know. I imagine there's a lot of people that are like-minded like me. I'm okay taking that risk. Like if I go out doing something cool like that I'm very interested or even passionate in,
Yeah.
I am 100% okay with
Yeah.
that. So I'm definitely the off-roading adventures type.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Of
it was
course.
great having you up here
It's
and
nice seeing you
sharing your
guys for
story.
another
yeah, you were the
episode.
perfect person to answer that question.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
I'll see you guys next week, all right? I'm sure Mikey will coerce me to come up here again.
Oh yeah, we'll be back next Monday, guys. All right, welcome back, Mikey.
Y'all just missed that.
So,
Me and Rory just had the most legendary dab up. That was
Nice.
amazing.
I heard it. It sounded very
I hope they
crisp.
heard that on the camera. That's gonna be
They
amazing.
probably did. So the next question is, and I kind of already read. Hopefully,
Okay.
hopefully I don't butcher it.
It'd be
But
so funny if you said the wrong question.
would you rather carbonated tea
Okay, there we go.
or like regular tea that's flat? I guess.
It's not flat. Okay.
It's not flat. It's
Okay,
just-
I'm
it's
gonna do a better
traditional
job
tea.
explaining that. So, okay, a carbonated tea is your nitros or your mitra extracts or anything that's really on tap. So,
Anything that's kind of like seltzer-like, honestly.
okay, like Island Root has their nitros. A lot of places have nitros, but Island Root really like they
Would a bubble tea be considered like
no.
like this, like flat, kind of?
Okay, yes, a bubble tea is. So now
Okay.
this is a straight tea. Like this is something that's not
Straight tea,
carbonated.
okay.
It's just brewed and then it's chilled. With the carbonated tea, so you have your mitras, like your mitras on tap, your nitros, your canned drinks, most of them. Those are carbonated. So which is your choice?
Well, I was asking you, but
Oh, okay, I'll go.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll
yeah.
go first. I'll go first.
it's okay.
Honestly, I'm a plain Jane. I'm a plain Jane. I love my normal teas. Don't get me wrong. I love my carbonated drinks, but as I've progressed and as I've drank more straight tea, I've weaned off the nitros. Now I love my mitras. I love my canned drinks, but whenever it comes to like if I'm gonna get a tea that's not a mitra or it's not a, I guess that's really it. I guess that really is the only carbonated tea I drink.
I mean, Big Dog Kombucha, if it's on tap.
Yes.
too,
Okay.
yeah.
They're carbonated.
They're
Um,
not that carbonated though, which I
yeah.
really do like because I feel like I'm the same way as you. I would prefer my tea like very straight, like traditional, I guess.
So, well, whenever it comes to straight tea, I don't know, because I do drink like mitras and kind of carbonated drinks a little bit, like not carbonated drinks, but like the teas. Having a nice straight up tea where like
It
there's not a lot
settles-
going in my mouth,
yeah.
like
It settles in my stomach nicely compared to something carbonated, and it doesn't make me feel like as bloated.
like right now, dude. Seriously, Kate, I'm gonna keep on building you up. I'm gonna tag Kate in this episode just because of how great they did. This is the Mikey. If you ever want the Mikey, it's pomegranate, raspberry, and simple syrup with white, green, or red, whichever one you
sounds
use your
good.
pleasure. It's amazing. I don't know. I've been on a streak with this. I think I've had this for 3 episodes. But yeah. So you're more of a straight tea person.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we're gonna have Nathan come up here. So if you want to grab Nathan,
Okay.
Nathan at the bar.
Okay, I'm bad with names.
He's the guy in the gray hoodie.
Okay. That's what I figured, but I just wanted
Yeah.
to make sure. My phone is stuck.
There it is. If we ever get Patreons, they're gonna hate this part, because this is gonna be the majority of whatever the cut out parts are. Before Nathan gets up here, I'm gonna say something that nobody else gets to hear. Abercrombie and Fitch, boom. All right, well, this is Nathan. Nathan's a kava tender himself. You guys have probably, I think Nathan's been on the podcast. He was on, we did,
You've been on twice, right?
yes, because we did a Bula Bomb with you, or we did a comment together with
Right
Zeke.
here.
Hey, how's he sound? You might want to angle it up at you. Yeah, I forgot you're much taller. And this is directional,
boy.
so yeah, there you go, perfect.
Sweet, sweet.
Should be
Just
good.
like in the Menendez case, right?
Yeah, you will have to speak up a little. What?
Okay.
What did you just
yeah.
say?
So like in the Menendez case.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Remember that
What a
scene?
what a pull. What a pull for the podcast.
I just watched it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I saw it for the first time like
With
a
the
week and a half
monsters.
ago. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you know they are appealing the case because of that show?
That's crazy.
Yeah, because it's such a big like sensational thing.
Dude, if everybody did that, bro, there wouldn't be any of those like documentaries.
I love it. It's the power of social media.
He's speaking directly into
Do you
it.
need me to like,
Oh, yeah, scoot up just a little bit.
scoot up? Is this better? Okay, my bad.
You're good.
I'm sorry. Okay. Is this like right here?
Listen to it on your phone as well, because that's really the live stream is really what's the deciding factor.
Like is right here good?
You should be good on
Okay,
the live stream.
cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, we're going to get into the topic with you. So, which do you prefer, carbonated teas or straight teas? And so the way we described it before you answer is so like your nitros and your mitras, white rabbits, those are, I guess, Big Dog Kombucha. That's what I consider your carbonated tea. Anything that's not straight, like just like a normal tea that we have here.
Wait, so it includes like kratom infused kombuchas as well as like
Yeah.
the nitrogen infused
Yeah.
stuff? Okay, so I don't know, it's kind of a tricky question, you know. I think it's like a mood based thing. So like
I can see that.
the Big Dog kombucha, I love Big Dog and I love the owner of Big Dog.
Dude,
too.
he's so cool.
I think they have a wonderful
We're actually having him on
culture,
next
like-
week. We're going to be
No
interviewing him.
way,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah. So
That would
really
be
excited
awesome.
about
Here?
that. Yeah, here.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That would be super cool. I haven't seen them in such a long time, man. That would be super cool. But the nitros are absolutely fantastic. And I don't know if you know this, but whenever you infuse it like that, also, can you hear me right now? Like at
Hey.
an angle?
You should be good.
Okay. But it helps hit your bloodstream faster.
I could see that with the
Yeah.
air, I guess, or
Yeah.
like, yeah, air.
Yeah. So like, I really enjoy the nitros because like one, they taste good. They have this like texture about them
All right.
that's fantastic.
We're gonna have you start your answer over
Man.
again because you just walked in front of the camera.
What do you want me to say?
Just talk about
Like
start
from
from why it's good for you,
Why
or
nitros?
not why it hits your blood faster. Just start from the beginning of your explanation,
Okay, yeah.
like
So
10 seconds ago.
So the nitro teas, they hit your blood, like they get into your bloodstream faster, and it hits you stronger and faster than a normal tea. And you know, obviously they taste fantastic too. The nitrogen bubbles, like it's just like with Starbucks, how they have like the nitro cold brew. They like it makes it like creamy on your palate almost.
Yeah,
You know, it
kinda
almost
like a cream
aerates
soda.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
exactly.
So sometimes, okay, now I've been to kava bars where they mess that up pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like so, it does more harm than good to the drink. Well, okay. Some people they don't make nitros, but they just carbonate it with CO2. If you
Yeah.
carbonate, if you carbonate kratom with just CO2, It's different. It tastes
I think it's
funkier.
disgusting.
Yeah, it tastes weird, and I think
Yeah.
that's why like
Tastes like rancid.
it does. It
Yeah.
tastes like it tastes like the smell of like when you pull out like a cardboard box from like a storage unit. That's what it tastes like.
Isn't that what Flamingo does?
Honestly, I don't know.
I probably
I've
shouldn't
never
call
been to
anyone out, but
I've never been to Flamingo. I've never been to Flamingo, Blue Lagoon, or I haven't been to there's a Roots up in Titusville yet. But I haven't been
Roots?
to a lot of those bars up there.
what's Roots?
Roots is a new kava bar that's in Titusville. It looks really cool. Like I know it's like really popular up there. It's Naomi's been there. They did a kava crawl. There Pacha, Chameleon, and Berm did a crawl to Roots because
Oh.
it's up there.
Speaking of which, the entire like Tea Club, everybody at Tea Club.
Yeah,
By the way, I'm a kava tender at Kava Tea Club.
we love it. We
I
love
would
it.
love to have you guys come out. First drink is on me if you mention the podcast. Please pop out to Kava
Boom.
Tea Club, 807 Palmetto Avenue, Melbourne, Florida. But
I also come out Saturdays. I do open mic it there. So
absolutely. And I'm working Thanksgiving Day, the
Oh,
night
shoot.
after, and Sunday morning
yo.
of this week, which is, I don't even know what fucking
Well,
day
so
it
this
is.
will come out on Friday. So
Friday?
yeah, so
Okay.
people will be able to know.
Cool. So come out either Friday night or Sunday morning. But we're all going to do a kava crawl. Also, anyone listening would be welcome.
What day is this?
We don't know yet.
Okay, we don't
But
know
I will
yet.
keep you updated if
He'll
you're
let me know,
interested.
and then we'll put it here in the podcast. We'll put it in on his interview.
Yeah, and it's gonna have the owners and stuff there.
Cool,
and
cool.
we're all gonna I think we're gonna start up in North Brevard and then work our way down. You'd be welcome.
That's
to
gonna be
come to
fun.
that. I just want to let
Wonderful,
you know.
beautiful.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I do not like the CO2 carbonated drinks. We're actually about to start doing the nitrogen infused ones
Okay.
at Tea Club, and then whenever we open up that new location, Mackay,
That's gonna be awesome.
that's also gonna be down in downtown Melbourne, so super close to Tea Club.
Oh yeah.
Just like a walking distance,
Yeah.
almost half a mile. But you know, if you're down for a little bit of a trek,
Oh yeah.
um,
Got to walk off that drink.
that's what I'm saying. Walk off the syrup, you know. Yeah, a little pizza that we throw in the oven. You know?
Boom. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. We're gonna be doing nitrogen like nitro teas,
Okay.
and it'll be with like actual nitrogen instead
Good
of like
stuff.
any sort of CO2 or anything like that.
Awesome.
But yeah, no, I would definitely say I prefer that. I really enjoy those.
All right.
And
Yeah.
I mean, definitely the nitrogen infused ones for sure, though, not the CO2
Yeah.
infused
Not
ones.
CO2.
It save for the canned drinks. You know,
Save for the canned drinks for sure.
yeah, because there's also there's kratom infused canned drinks like White Rabbits, Mitras, Three Dragons.
Oh, yeah.
whatever.
I
whatever,
love Three
you
Dragons.
know.
I have 2 cans of Three Dragons at home because, dude, I will say that's probably the strongest canned drink.
I never really got super into Three Dragons though. Do you know what the milligram is?
It's a
Per
lot.
can?
It's a lot.
I don't
It's an
even think I've
insane
ever actually
amount.
bought one.
So okay, so I just talked on Friday to the representative for Three Dragons. It is a lot. I've looked it up before and I've talked with them about it.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where like you shouldn't probably drink any more tea after you have that because it is a lot.
Oh my god.
Like I think it's 3 or 4 times more than what's in a Mitra.
You said you have some at home, right?
Yeah, I'll bring one to you on
No,
set.
just send me a picture. I just want to see
Oh, yeah,
the nutrition label and see how much mitragonian is.
Well, thanks for coming up here, Nathan.
Yeah,
Appreciate it,
absolutely.
buddy,
Thanks for
dude.
having
Yeah,
me, bro.
guys, check out Nate over at Kava Tea Club. We love it.
Come hang out. Free drinks.
Boom. Yeah, mention the podcast. All right. Well, I feel like I know the answer for Lauren's. I think I know Lauren's answer for this question. So for our last topic for the this or that segment is going to be, which would we prefer to live in, a big city or a small town?
Honestly, I do like small towns just because everything just seems like it runs at a slower pace and you can actually enjoy life and sit back and relax. But I really do love cities, even though they are fast-paced. I'd have to go with a big city for sure. There's just always something to do, good places to eat, good food, good people. It's just an all-around good vibe in any bigger city.
I'm not going to delve too much into it because we're going to be talking about it later.
Yeah.
But Lauren, Fred, and I went to St. Petersburg, which, mind you, I've only been out to the outer bounds, like kind of like the industrial business part of St. Pete, which is very suburbs, very.
I've mostly been to like only the beach side of
Yeah,
things.
like where what's it called? Mad Hatter is.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
when we went out there, that's really as far as we've gone. I didn't know how big St. Petersburg was, and we spent the whole time in the city last night. That was really nice.
Yeah, it
But we'll
was
talk
a
more
very
about it
pretty
later.
City.
But I would love to live in the city. I was telling Lauren, I was like, if we ever do get to a certain point, like my dream house is 44 West in downtown Orlando. They got a penthouse at the top. I would love, like that's, I don't even want a house. I just want that. I would live there my whole life, be so content. I
Yeah.
love Orlando because it's big and spread out.
It's a hub. It's a really great hub for everything.
I
And
love
you
the
can,
big
like,
city.
Get on a flight really fast and go anywhere from there.
Here's the thing is, I would rather vacation to a small town than a big city. Because here's the thing, if I vacation to a big city, I don't want to leave. Like, I
That's
could
very
stay in a big
true.
city. And I feel like it's more rewarding if instead of living in a small town and going to a big city when you vacation, I feel like it's more exhausting for you. But if you live in a big city and then vacation to a small town, you actually get to relax.
Yeah, for sure.
I've been on both sides where, you know, like I've gotten to live the big city life and then live, especially out in Orlando. Like I lived on the outskirts of downtown Orlando, but I would much prefer that. It's just so expensive. That's the only
Yeah.
downside is it's so expensive. The cost of living is
In
ridiculous.
Any city, honestly.
Well, we're going to get Kimani up here, and he's going to come talk to you about this.
All right.
Hey, Key, you're up, baby.
He's shining a cat light at my face right now. I don't think you can see it, though. What? Test the mic right now for him?
Test.
Yeah.
Test.
Okay,
Hello.
so the question is for the this or that segment, our last question is, would you rather, or which do you prefer, to live in like a big city or a smaller town?
Yeah, I don't know. I've lived in both. Like in college, I went to a school in Yuma, Arizona, and it's closer to Mexico than it is Arizona itself. There's like nothing to do out there,
Yeah.
and that is terrible. I've also lived in LA, and that is almost equally as bad. But if I had to answer the question, definitely a big city. Definitely more
Yeah.
things to do. And
Yeah, that's kind of what Mikey was saying, is he'd prefer to like be in that busy life and then vacation somewhere smaller and just actually get to relax and do nothing,
yeah,
which
absolutely.
I agree with.
Yeah, no, absolutely. What about you?
I prefer a city just because there's more things to do.
What city would you move to?
Honestly, I'm like a connoisseur of food and beer and wine and all that. So I don't know. There's just like more places to go and do that. And like honestly, in Florida as well, like there's more kava bars. I don't know. You just have access to a lot more things.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah.
Yep. Cool.
Well, thank you so much.
I go get Mikey.
Yeah, you can go grab
Awesome.
Mikey.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, anytime. We are missing the person we are supposed to be interviewing. Oh my goodness. Oh, there he is. I thought we lost him. I thought he went for a walk. Yeah. Fred loves just like wandering off and going on walks. We almost yeah. We almost lost him in St. Pete. Or
Oh, yeah, we did.
he got lost himself from just wandering about.
All right. Hey, how do we look in frame? How do
I
we
take
good?
that as good. Two light flashes.
All right. Well, I'm sitting on my phone. Lauren, you're probably gonna want the questions up on your phone too.
Okay.
We'll go back and forth. All right. Well, we are gonna get Fred up here. Fred is our Enter Brews guest. This is the segment of the show where we have someone who's really big in the community or someone who's, made a significant impact on it, and we kind of pick his brain about a few things. So we're going to have Fred get up here.
Yeah, come on up, Fred.
And you and Lauren are going to share a mic, so whenever you talk into it, talk into it. Yeah.
Does my hair look okay?
Yeah, it looks good. I did Fred's hair.
Shout out Lauren's hair mode.
He was asking if his hair looks good.
All right. Well, Fred, we're going to let you introduce yourself. Give us a little backstory about who you are and what you do.
Hi, I'm Fred. I don't know. I do a lot of
Speaking of it.
I do a lot of music stuff. I came here for internship for music therapy, and then I was just like hanging around Florida and stuff, and the Kava stuff is really fun, and the friends are cool.
Explain to people what music therapy is.
Oh, music therapy, it's a not very well-known thing, but it's basically using music to like address, individualized therapeutic goals. So a lot of the kids that I worked with were like had like ADHD or autism or other like varying like neurological disorders, and some of them had like motor disorders. But I don't know. It's a really long conversation, and I have a lot to say about it. But in short, you're just like hacking all the hacking your body by putting music to it. Like for example, in short, if somebody's walking was messed up, then you can like use rhythm to like shoot all these signals down their spinal cord, and then like the damaged muscles like stop carrying because like music
Really?
is hype. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a crazy thing.
Yeah, like the guy's like walks 26 feet and he's like totally exhausted, and then like by the end of the therapy session he's like 250 feet plus, literally no cane.
Wow.
It's like it's crazy. Yeah. It's really impressive, and I wish that it would be like more well known. Like I wish someone could like within like a
Yeah, before I met you, I didn't even know that was a thing.
yeah, nobody knows what it is, and I feel like I always have to like I always want to do so much explanation, but there's only so much I can like say in a conversation, But it goes really far and really wide, and can go from like literally birth to death.
Well, so we've talked about this a lot on the podcast on how like very therapeutic music is, and that's why like I'm all about people like teaching people how to play guitar for free, because learning an instrument is like free therapy. I mean as much as you pay for a guitar.
Yeah. So I guess the next question would be, Fred, what was the most impactful moment for you in your music journey? Like what got you started into all of this?
I'm trying to think of like a specific. Okay, so my closer, sorry. Okay, so like senior year of high school, I was in a music theory class, and like leading up to that, I had played a bunch of instruments, but never like created anything. And then senior year, like it was like probably September or something. It was the beginning of the year. Like one of the first assignments was just make a song, and I was like, this is gonna be so fun and easy. Like, all right. And then I did it, and it like worked, and it sounded really good. And I was like, well, maybe I can do more of this. And that kind of just led to, now I just like write and record and play every day all the time. And
I actually just bought a movie today, and I started watching it. I'm almost done watching it, but I want you to watch it.
What's it called?
It's kind of funny. It's like literally marketed so well for me. So it's the tale of the musician Pharrell Williams. This guy sings like Happy, that song with Robin Thicke, Blurred Lines. Well, it's his entire like life story up till now, but it's made with Legos. And like there's legit celebrities like Timbaland's in it, Pusha T, Snoop Dogg, Justin Timberlake, like Gwen Stefani. There's a lot of musicians I wasn't aware that he worked with, but like dude, like it almost had me crying. Like he has some like really like. I feel like a lot of the way you describe music to me it's kind of funny. Like it's not your style of music, but just his story is very crazy. Like I had no idea about a lot of this stuff with him, and I feel like you would really like it.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
But Lauren, you were gonna say something? No. No? Okay. Well, so you were saying probably around your senior year. That's like.
If I had to choose one specific like moment, it was when I was like prompted to try writing music.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I did that, then I've just been doing it ever since.
Okay.
Yeah, I did like a bunch of like songs in high school, and then at the beginning of college, my first semester in New Jersey, I wrote my first album, and then I wrote another album in Michigan, and then I started releasing stuff on Spotify, and yeah, I got a bunch of stuff out now, and I'm hopefully releasing a new album by the end of this year, or at least a single or something. Yeah. Yeah, I'm cooking. I'm excited about it. I love it. I just sit in my room all day with like my mouse and keyboard, and just stare at Reaper, my interface, and it's like Minecraft, and I'm just like copy paste, like boom, 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 like EQ down, and like totally lost in the sauce.
I wish I had the attention span you do. Like, I know it's not always there. Like, for example, we lost you last night. Fred, we were at last night. We were at a show in St. Petersburg. No, it's mine.
Where the hell's mine?
I don't know where you put it. You didn't walk up with it.
Yeah, whatever. Continue.
But we were walking around St. Petersburg, and he's like, "Hey, I need to go get my stickers from your car." And it was only like a mile walk. But he called me 20 minutes after walking. He's like, "Okay, I'm at the park," which was like a 5-minute walk away. And he was like, "Okay, I'm lost now." I was like, "Okay, see that bell tower? Keep walking."
Yeah, and I was
and
like,
then he came back like 30 minutes later. He's like, "Okay, I'm back." And we're like, "Fred, where were you?" Because we were pretty much at the entrance whenever he got back.
It was a nice run. It was a good time.
And he was running throughout that whole time.
Yeah, I haven't ran in a long time because I messed up my back a couple of weeks ago. So that was my exercise for the month.
Yeah, so I guess let's get on to the next question. What would you say the biggest difference is from Illinois to Florida?
I mean, I feel like just off the bat, it's just like the people, like at least as far as I can like see, like the people here are a lot more like open and laid back. It feels like, and a lot of the people in Chicago feel a lot more like kind of to themselves.
I feel like in a big city though, it does like sometimes it can be overwhelming.
Yeah,
Like whenever you get
music's
away from
different
people.
Too. What?
Well, I feel like in Chicago, because I was
Right.
kind of talking about when we're talking about big city
Yeah.
or small town. I feel like in a big city, whenever you're at home and you're not surrounded by all those people, it's kind of nicer like to like kind of stay in. For some people, like me, I could be social 24 hours a day, but some people like probably like the detox from that whole.
Yeah.
The house could be very exhausting.
Yeah, the open jams in Chicago are really fun. They'll have like bass drums, guitar, and piano and stuff, and then people will just like pull up with saxophones randomly, and yeah, those are really cool. Like I haven't seen as much open jam stuff here, but I mean clearly there's a drum set behind us. I haven't really seen this kava bar yet, but yeah, they do a lot of like fusion and like jazz R&B stuff in Chicago, and it gets like really.
That's the one thing I envy
Really
about
fat.
big cities is
Yeah.
like the ability to like play in some like we have a lot of places like we're lucky in Brevard that we have as many places as we do, but like I feel like when you go in like a big city there's just a bigger crowd because sometimes you can have like a big crowd like we do here at Nocturne, but like compared to some other places that I do open mics, it stinks because it's not as bumping, and sometimes it can be a little not disheartening, but like it really does like it doesn't feel the same.
Yeah, and on the other side of that, sometimes it feels like in the city, it's like just a lot of venues with not a lot of people in them. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, but not all the time. I mean, if you go to like a big show, there's gonna be like a ton of people.
Yeah.
But there like some of the like the open mics like without like the drum and bass stuff that I've been to in Chicago. There's definitely like a couple of dead zones, or more or less at times.
So you're on the suburbs, right? You said, or kind of.
Well, I grew up in the suburbs, but now I'm in the city.
Like, how far are you from Lakeshore Drive?
I don't know. I stare at the
I
map.
I
but
feel
don't
like
really
that's
understand.
like okay, because I've been to Chicago a couple times, and like I feel like that's kind of like the heart,
Like what? Lakeshore Drive.
like the
just
pier and
like-
stuff.
I'm probably like I don't know, 20 minute
Pier.
drive. Yeah, it's probably like a 20-minute drive from there. Yeah,
Okay.
not that far. Like 10 minutes off of the highway. I'm in Logan Square.
Okay.
Yeah. And like the last thing I was gonna mention was like the walkability in Chicago is pretty sick. I've been going to these like raves just like late at night, and they go until like 5 in the morning, and I usually leave around like 3 or whatever. But yeah, that's definitely a hidden gem that I'm like starting to like tap into more in Chicago, because they're like kind of low key.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moose is up there. Moose
Oh
is
yeah,
into
so
that.
Moose
Yeah.
Moose is my tattoo artist. He moved from here back to Chicago. He's killing it up there. We if you're up in Chicago and you need a tattoo, go hit up his name's Tatted Moose on Instagram. And I did kind of want to get back. I want to give you time to kind of talk about what you do, like with the whole music therapy. So I gave you a whole entire topic, like segment to talk about it. So kind of going off, you like try and go, like if you have more you can talk about, go into more detail about like what makes music therapy different. So like what are you studying in school that contributes to music therapy? Like what if you want to get into music therapy, what do you need to be well versed in?
Sure. So, I was a little bit surprised to see the barrier of entry for music therapy where it was, because, well, but more so like I guess to answer the first question was like the barrier of entry is pretty low, and I feel like most people could be music therapists, like if they really like put their mind to it and do the studying and stuff in college, or throughout so you do a bachelor's and then you go to an internship and then you can once you finish that then you can get a board certification. But kind of rambling about that. But anyways, back to the first question, like the stuff we learned in school. So like music as a therapeutic medium, like MATM, like that's just like written on the back of my head, like just copy paste. And so music is a therapeutic medium. In that discussion, we talked about what element of music is being used for a therapeutic purpose. And so there's like so many elements of music, but like for example, like rhythm, or like rhythm is like the speed at which you're like tapping stuff.
Yeah.
So pitch is like high to low, of course. Dynamics is how loud. Speed or like tempo, that's like pretty huge. There's plenty more, like tone or like timbre, so like the instrument that you're playing on. So like let me I could come up with like a therapeutic application for each of those things.
Yeah.
I guess. So like for tone or like timbre, like just hearing something on like a pretty piano, opposed to hearing like like an old keyboard or something like crappy like that. Like the real piano is gonna have like that depth to it that you're not gonna really find from like an electric keyboard.
Yeah.
And I love my electric keyboard, but like this is a whole other paragraph that I would ramble about. But like when you have like an acoustic piano in front of you, like the strings like vibrating off of each other, there's like so much resonance, and it just like bounces all around the room, and like the strings bounce off of each other, and it just makes this like this aura, this glow that that just drives me crazy. I love it. It's like just so like electric, and it's also like completely real. It's not electric by any means, but yeah. So like having an acoustic instrument opposed to like like a recording or like an electric instrument. I also love electric guitar, and like you can use timbre like for an electric guitar, to sound really pretty if you wire your amp the right way. So not to take away from that, but so then like speed, of course, like. Let's say, okay, so like the ISO principle is this thing where it's essentially using music to take someone's mood or like emotional state and bring it into like a more desirable state. So like, for example, like we're like in a room with like preschoolers or something, and they're all like, running around being really loud and excited, and we want them to like chill out. So like something that I could do is like grab all their attention with the music and play something really fast that's like matching their energy, and so I can knock out like speed, and I can like sort of like tempo, and then I can also knock out the pitch. I'm playing these high up pitches to like get the kids' attention, and to kind of match where their voices are, because kids are listening for those frequencies. You know what I mean? As you grow up, those Anyways, so like get the kids excited, get them engaged, and play that stuff up high. And then if I wanted to use the ISO principle to kind of calm the room down, then gradually over the course of maybe 10 or 15 or 20 minutes or so, I don't know, yeah, 10 or 20 minutes, I'm like slowing the music down, and I'm lowering the pitch even deeper.
Yeah.
And so like if the kids are like into the music, then they will like follow that. And then on the opposite side of it, like one of my colleagues was working on someone who was working with a client that was suffering from depression, and they were like really lethargic, not really moving around very much. And they used the ISO principle to kind of meet them where they were at with like this slow, deeper, maybe sad piano music, to then like later make it a little bit faster and like a little bit more upbeat. And if they're into the music, then their mood state is gonna carry. So maybe the last part of the ISO principle that I could talk about is like with keys and modes and scales, and like I don't know, this is a whole other like podcast in itself. I could start about music theory, but
Whoops.
like if I was doing that ISO principle thing with someone who was maybe depressed or sad or whatever, or in that kind of like negative emotional state, to trying to bring them to a positive more positive state, like there's like these like little hacks that I like have within the key, that I just like studied the crap out of in college. And I have like all this stuff to say about like changing the way that your scale is oriented in music to like make the music sound brighter and happier. And like I love like film score, like John Williams. I almost said John Cena. John Williams.
He does he brings some music. John Cena.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I like studied a lot of like film score and just like every song I would listen to. I would like sit in the cafeteria in college and like I'd hear some chord progression and I would write it like out in my head. And then if there was ever something that I didn't understand, then I'd be like, what the hell is that? And then I would like go to the piano pretty much as soon as I could to figure it out. And yeah, I love that shit.
Well, Fred, I want to give you some time to, promote your stuff, promote where people can find your music.
Yeah.
And just because, I don't know, you have, like, you're one of the few people that, like, I genuinely can just listen to your stuff. Like, whenever
Thanks,
I
man.
don't feel like I want to listen to anything or whatnot, like, especially when I'm studying, it's really good. Like, not studying, but, like, when I'm writing or whatnot for the podcast, it's good focused music. Like, there's a lot going on, but it is still, like, it's not a distracting a lot going on.
Got you.
Like
yeah.
it keeps me like moving.
Keeps
or
you
what-
amped. Yeah.
Like you said, what's it called? The isotope.
ISO principle.
ISO principle.
I mean, I wouldn't even, because that's not really carrying you from somewhere to another place, but definitely like, yeah. And I mean, another part of just like music is like the drums are like everything, and like drums
Oh,
are
yeah.
like the energizer. Like, I listened to this podcast with this guy. Tim Ringgold. He's a really incredible dude. He's a music therapist, I believe, in California, and specializing in substance abuse treatment. That was my minor in school. Anyways, I'm going on such a tangent, but like the okay, so the battery company with the bunny.
Energizer.
Yeah, Energizer. Yeah, the bunny's holding a drum, and like that's like drums are like the Energizer.
Oh yeah.
Like if you like pay attention to
Kinetic
music,
energy.
like when the drums cut out and it's just like doing the thing, and then it's like, and then the drums come back in, and it's like, oh my god, yeah, makes everybody move.
So what's your where can people find you? On what platforms?
I'm on
What's
everything.
your name?
Yeah, my project's called Last December Sky. It's like a meld of like metalcore, but also some like neoclassical stuff. I take a lot of influence from like Muse, their older stuff, and like I don't know, just I listen to a lot of like metalcore. Got her into metalcore. We just saw Animals as Leaders last night, which was amazing. Oh really? Yeah, that concert was so insane.
So what's your stage name? Like if somebody's gonna search it up, because they can look up the album, but I feel like it's easier to look up.
Last December Sky.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, great stuff, Fred.
Thank you.
There's a lot I learned. Like, I wish I would have had access to music therapy instead of the therapy I did have when I was younger. I feel like maybe I would be a little more on the same plane of existence as everybody else. But I mean, I got it eventually. I got the help I needed, but I feel like that would have been way more productive, and I feel like I would have gotten way more what's the word? Like, put in the right direction to like start doing music. Because I really didn't start doing music until a little over a year ago now. Like,
what?
I always, seriously, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, for real.
No, you're right. I remember I met you right outside racing, and you were like, I don't know what this. You had some like
Yeah,
jazz
you know
chord.
this-
Yeah.
It was something like D minor 7 or D major 7 or something.
It's a good
like,
one.
Yeah, man. I mean, Fred really did kind of like help me get the confidence to do stuff in public more. I mean, Fred and I, we did an art festival where we just sat outside and just
fun.
played music together during one of the art festivals for just a little tent or whatnot, and we played for like an hour, and it was just a lot of fun. And Fred does insane stuff on the guitar. I actually have a lot of footage that I'll probably end up putting in the video, just like of him going ham on a guitar. Like it's crazy, and like dude's doing things I didn't even know you could do to a guitar.
Yeah, you got like all these fingers. Play like this.
Yeah, dude doesn't even play the guitar like the way that you would think. Like, dude's over here like typing an essay on the fretboard. But well, we appreciate you coming down from Chicago. You know.
Oh my God, yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude.
So
and
happy to be here.
dude, awesome. Thanks, Fred.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, word.
You can just put that on the mic stand. If you want to take the chair with you, fold it up and take it with you. And you can walk behind me if you want. What? No, we're not done yet. No, we still have one more segment. Yeah. What? I don't know how to do that. Well, I do kind of. Okay.
Okay, we are back, and now we're on to our last segment.
So our last segment, this is the part of the show we like to call Breaking Barriers, where we break down the barrier between podcast hosts and just members of the community here in the Kava Kratom community. It allows us to speak to you guys more on the level of friends, you know, and that's the way I
Yeah.
consider it, is that we're all friends. I'll talk to literally anybody. Anybody come up to me. I mean, it's so easy for me to talk to some people or whatnot, and sometimes I am able to be that person to help get somebody out of their shell. Like, I mean, especially
sure.
with you, like you and Fred and I, like me and you both helped Fred really venture out to meet people. Like once we got him to meet a few people, it was much easier for him to go off on his own.
Oh, yeah,
Like
for
everybody
sure.
knows Fred now.
Yeah.
Like him coming back is like a celebration of life, dude. It's crazy. Like
yeah, so
everybody.
people are super excited to see him.
Yeah.
So.
So our first of the topics today is going to be, I'm going to let Lauren talk to you guys. So
yeah.
we're going to try something new where each one of us talks about a certain topic, and it's just us up here, and then the last topic we talk to together. So it's a little more personal. So if it's like we're talking directly to you as an individual, and it's not us just kind of building off each other and conversing. So I'm going to let Lauren have the table. Lauren, if you want, you're probably going to scoot over to the center of the table just so you're center frame, and you can take your mic. So, Lauren, you got it on your phone.
Oh, wait, I'm going to be alone?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What? No, where are you going?
I'm just going to be here, but that's what I'm saying is I want it to be like you're talking directly to the people.
Oh, okay. So I guess my question, or it's not even a question, what I'm going to be talking about, my topic of the week is the favorite things. What is it? Hold on. Mikey, you're going to have to cut this part out because we agreed on this. So my favorite thing that changes during the holiday season, I love the holiday season, honestly. Just the atmosphere, the different types of food. Everybody's just in a really joyful mood, happy to see their family, happy to like have a break from work and all the stress. I mean, honestly, the holidays are kind of an excuse just to relax and, you know, spend time with your loved ones and just enjoy each other's company. But I would say my most favorite part of the seasons changing. And I don't know, I just like to watch holiday movies, go out, see all the Christmas lights, and just, you know, hang out with friends and have a good time. But alrighty, Mikey, it is your segment. Or it's not Mikey's.
I have to go, but I just want to make a quick comment on how wonderful Breaking Brews is and how wonderful of a host Mikey and Lauren are. And that I very much appreciate them letting me come on the podcast. Have a great night, guys.
I promise I didn't pay him to say that. He genuinely was like, he was going to come up here sooner to talk about that. But no, we really like Nathan. Nathan's been a really big supporter since the beginning. So seriously, guys, go check him out over at T Club. It's a lot more fun when he's there. I don't know. There's just something about Nathan. He's just like I don't know. He's just like the best friend. He's like he's that genre of kava tender where he feels like you've known him for years and you've only known him for a little bit. Well, my topic today is going to be, I'm going to be talking about both Lauren, or not both, I guess all three of us, Lauren, Fred, and I went to, before the show, we went to a kava bar. It's the Grassroots Kava Bar in Tampa. It's right outside the city. It is just amazing. It is an amazing kava bar. I'm so glad we got to go there. I got to try a drink there that was just so amazing. If you guys are ever in the Tampa area, make sure you guys go check out the Grassroots Kava Bar. And it's funny, so one of my favorite bands is called the Grassroots, and it's kind of perfect. Like, the layout of this kava bar is not your traditional kava bar. It's not giant, but it's just the right size, so it feels very coffee shop-esque. They have the cool thing I like about them, I'm going to put a video up here in the video. We're going to try to do some new stuff where we add clips and stuff from our adventures in while we're talking. But there's two definitions up on the wall. It defines what the word Bula means with the island of Vanuatu beneath it. And then there's one that explains what kava is with the island of Fiji up on the wall. And it's just very cool. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's always hard in the moment to explain something to someone, like, oh, what's kava? Where does it come from? Because you can get kava from a couple islands. And it's not that it's always hard. It's just being put on the spot sometimes makes it really difficult to explain. And just having a bar where, like, you have a big, like, I would say it's probably 5 feet across, 5 feet tall, like the definition. And they have corkboard paintings, or not corkboard paintings, but corkboard art up on the wall. They have paintings. Their drinks are amazing. I had one that's called a fojito, and it just tastes like a mojito. It's amazing. It was I'll probably say the best drink I've ever had, and you would have no idea there was kratom in it. It's got cucumber, lime, seltzer in it, and then your choice of tea. It was so, so good. Shout out to Aaron. Aaron was our kava tender there. The Grassroots Kava Bar, it's in Tampa. Check it out. I can't remember the road that it's off of, but we'll plug the address here on the video, and we're going to tag their Instagram. I would love to go out there with Lauren sometime. I think it would be a lot of fun to do maybe like not an episode, but doing a segment at their bar with them, get to know maybe the owner a little bit better, get to know the employees and their community, because they really do have what I would define as like a modern shop atmosphere. So guys, go check them out. Really love them. Their drinks are amazing. The atmosphere is great. They actually have outdoor seating, and they actually have they have a bar that goes along their the corner of their bar that has a garage style door that pulls up. So with the weather being so perfect yesterday, I think it was like in the low 50s maybe, and just having that breeze come through, it wasn't freezing because it was just one window. But we did a little bit of writing while we were out there for the episode, so I'm really excited to head back out there. Lauren and I really had a lot of fun there. It was just great. So I'll have Lauren get back up here, and we'll do our last topic. Oop, bang the mic. Party foul.
This is going to be my favorite topic of the night, honestly.
Really?
I had so much fun, yeah.
I was talking about Grassroots and how we were out there yesterday. Also, I hope he watches this episode, but seriously, Tom that we met yesterday, super cool guy.
Yeah,
like probably
such
one
an
of the
amazing guy.
chillest dudes I've met. He came with us to the show, which is actually going to lead us into our next topic. We went to a concert last night in St. Petersburg.
Yeah, Animals as Leaders.
Dude, I had never seen them before. I never heard of them. And I also
They're
had heard of their
phenomenal.
opening band. The opener, I think, was called Phyla.
No.
P-H-I-L.
Bellini.
Oh, Pellini.
Yeah.
They're
Bellini.
really, really good. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like, the equipment they had on stage and, like, their decorations
Oh my gosh.
was gorgeous.
Yeah, I really did like the moon aspect on their set, but are you kidding me though? Like Animals as Leaders, their lights were phenomenal. Whoever was like in charge of all
Coordinating
the
all that?
equipment, yeah.
It's going to be so hard.
It was so impressive. Honestly, you know how they at raves they have like light shows. It honestly was a light show. A light show at
Really?
yeah, this
Well,
concert.
one really cool thing is Fred and I somehow accidentally got so lucky that we ended up wandering into the VIP section and didn't particularly get kicked out. So we were in a balcony area right up on the stage, and we were so, like, we had the perfect view. And
You guys did. But I was front and center
yeah,
at
she
the
was up at the
rails.
stage. We're
Yeah.
gonna put some videos from where we were on the like where we were.
Yeah, I'm
where
gonna
Lauren
have to
is.
send you some
and,
from my camera.
It's,
Yeah,
I
I had
mean,
to sneak my camera in too.
Oh yeah, she had a sneaker camera. And it was
bad.
crazy.
I'm surprised we all didn't get kicked out, to be honest
Oh my
with
gosh.
you.
So okay, and on top of that, Fred got nervous. Fred and Tom got nervous, so they ended up going down because they wanted to get closer to the stage. And I stayed up there, and I somehow sweet talked my way into a
This
VIP
guy.
suite booth. Like, it was something that probably cost $300 to get, and I
Yeah,
just
was
meandered
very
my
impressed.
way
I
in.
saw your videos you had posted from you being up there, and it was a
I
nice
was
venue.
literally
It was a really
attached
nice
to the
venue.
green room where, like, everybody was at for the production crew, and, like, all the rich people that go and spend a lot of money on tickets. The venue itself was amazing. It was a courtyard surrounded by a bunch of buildings.
Yeah, the one tree in the middle of the courtyard was,
It was beautiful.
I think it was an oak tree.
Oh yeah, it was gorgeous. And, like, I don't know how I got so lucky. I was in, like, they had rooms filled with, like, free drinks, free food, and it was
Bad
crazy.
security, I guess.
bad security. Do
yeah,
better.
we're not gonna name names of the venue. Y'all,
Yeah.
y'all can
Yeah,
do your
y'all
own
can figure it
research
out.
to find out this place.
But yeah, no, it was awesome. And, like, the people there to watch the band, there was a multitude of people. So
Yeah.
actually, I put some names down because.
Like the guy we met at the beginning of the night was amazing.
So I'm gonna take a wild guess. I think his name was Adam. His name was Adam or something similar to that. It was really cool. So there was 3 people I actually got to talk to about Kava and Kratom, and this is what it's all about. So here's the thing: is like, it's kind of funny. Corbin talked to me about it. He was like, "Dude, you're kind of an ambassador for the Kava Kratom community because
yeah,
I have no
definitely.
problem talking to anybody." And especially whenever I get, like, into a conversation, I spent probably a good 10 minutes explaining to the guy that we met.
And people honestly want to hear, and they're very curious about it because it is something like so foreign to many.
Oh, yeah. So a few people I got to meet was the guy Adam. I think that was his name. I hope it's his name. Another person was Jack. And now Jack, he was a young guy. He probably might have been 18. He was there with his dad. And Jack, if you're watching, sup, dude. I told him about the podcast. But last night was his first concert. I wish
Wow.
something like that would have been my first concert.
Honestly, that is such an amazing
and just getting
artist
to watch
to just
him.
go see it as your first like nothing is going to top that, honestly.
Getting to see his impression, like, on everything was so cool because whenever I went to my first concert or whatever, like, I went by myself, so, like, I really didn't get to have anybody witness that for me, but to get to witness somebody's first concert really was
Yeah,
amazing.
That's such a beautiful thing.
I also got to meet somebody else. Her name, I'm pretty sure, was Angel, but she followed me on Instagram. Let me see. I want to make sure I get her name right. Her name was April. Her name is April.
Oh, okay.
And April was so cool. So April actually ended up sneaking in with me to the zone I was in because I was like, I'm going to try this. I'm going to wild ball it, and I'm going to ask this guy. And I asked him, and he let me into his suite, and we hung out. And then she was like, you know what? I'm going to go for it. And she just crawled over the rope and stuff
God.
and came. And we both got some really good videos, and we hung out there
We're
for the
gonna
entire
get
show.
kicked out of this video.
Yeah, I'm
now.
never gonna be
They're
out-
gonna
yeah.
somehow find this video and be like, they're banned for.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're banned. But here's the thing, is, like, April was really awesome. April and I got to talk. April's a bartender, not a kava tender, but April does have a lot of, does know about the kava bars in the area. So it was really cool to talk with April about that. And April is super chill. Like, April has a lot of cool stories. April got to, I'm pretty sure, meet and got an autographed drumstick from the drummer from Gojira.
That's awesome.
And, like, that's just so cool. I love meeting people that kind of do crazy stuff like I do
Yeah.
to get, like, it's crazy.
But no, the main headliner was phenomenal. Everything they played was insanely intricate, and they had the sickest guitars you could ever imagine.
Oh my gosh, I love the headless guitars. Like,
Those are always pretty
it's very
sick.
weird to look at, but it's so pretty much, imagine all the tuners are down on the body, so at the top there's not that top. There's no top on it. It's just flat. And it's so odd looking because you don't see much
one
of
of
that.
the guitars they brought out wasn't even 8-string. It was 9. It was like something crazy they had rigged up.
I can barely play my 6-string. I don't know how someone's
Yeah.
playing 9 strings.
No, it was awesome. And the funny thing is right next to this open courtyard type venue were these little apartments, and people actually lived in them. They've
Oh
probably
my gosh,
seen
I
some
saw the guy
amazing,
on the roof.
and that's what I was about to like segue into. Is these people came out onto the roof to watch this show, and I don't know, it was just
I
like,
envy that.
yeah, it
Like,
was such
I would
a
love to have
beautiful
that.
experience for everyone, and I think
That's
it
why I
was
want to
just
live in
it
the
was
city.
just an amazing night.
That's why I want to live in a city, is because you can do stuff like that, dude. Like, I wish we had like fire escapes and buildings that are taller than 3 stories.
Yeah,
Like,
to get up on and just watch shows.
dude,
that would be
stargaze, look
amazing.
down at a city. Like, if we want to do that here, we have to go to the Melby, like the Hotel Melby, and that is a really pretty sight.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, that's it. Like, that's
Something
really.
that I thought that I wanted to point out in particular that I thought was really amazing is these people are so talented, and their skills on these guitars and drums just speak for themselves, that none of these songs even had lyrics. Everybody was just in awe, and there wasn't a dull moment, and they played one of their albums from the very beginning to the very end, and
Oh,
it
yeah.
was about like 54 minutes straight, and
It was crazy how long they
everybody
went,
was
but I
just
wasn't mad.
I was mesmerized, and so was everybody else. And
Sometimes if a band goes on too long, even if I like the band, like I kind of get, like annoyed. I'm like, all right, wrap it up,
there
wrap it up.
wasn't this.
There wasn't a moment like that.
There
And here's the
wasn't
thing,
a dull moment.
I think it had to do with the fact that they don't sing. So like,
I don't
it
even think it
was-
was that. I think it was their skills just spoke for themselves.
yeah,
Like, it was just
you didn't have to have
so-
words for it to be so meaningful.
And to be honest with you, like they have about 200,000 listeners on Spotify, but if you really look at their skills and compare them to people who have millions of viewers or listeners, they're top tier.
Yeah,
Like,
they're really
I know
great.
a lot of famous people. When I looked up their Instagram, who I follow them, and they look up to these guys that we went to go see. It was just a crazy experience, and I'm so glad we got to go. It was like one of the best surprises ever.
For sure. That's the one thing, like, every time me, you, and Fred go to, like, a concert,
It's always amazing.
we just got, I don't know, like, we just always have really good shows. Like, I don't think we've been to a bad show yet.
No,
Like,
there has
together.
not been one bad show. I just honestly, I don't even know what I'm buying tickets for.
It's so
if
funny. That's
Fred and
exact-
Mikey recommend the show, I just buy the ticket and I show up and I'm surprised and speechless. Yeah.
I'm really, I really love the fact, like, last night I could not remember the name of who we were seeing. So the deal that usually is Fred comes back to Florida for a show. He's like, I'll buy your ticket if you drive us to Tampa. And I'm like, okay. And I like
Yeah,
literally
you
the
were a
whole day,
trooper.
I
Thank
kept
you
yeah,
again.
I kept on asking. I was like, who are we going to see? We were at the venue. Like, we were
I
at the
low-key
venue.
same. I like on the way there. I started listening to a little bit of their snippets, like on these Instagram reels. And Fred was like, "Give me your phone right now. Do not listen to these people," because I was
Don't
a little,
spoil it.
I was a little worried at first. But then no, it was amazing. It was an incredible experience.
Oh yeah.
Definitely one that will like go down in my books.
Well, I want to get into real quick. I want to do a little sponsorship thing.
Okay.
The sponsor of today's video is Mitro 9. I seriously have never found a seltzer that I enjoy more. Here's the thing: is before I ever had, I've mentioned it a couple times. Mitro is my introduction to Kratom for the first time. I had never had Nitro, never had
And it's
plain
such
tea.
a like easy introduction into it because it tastes just like a regular seltzer. And
It does.
It's not too strong. It's honestly perfect. It
It's a
tastes
really good alcohol
Yeah.
alternative
I
for
would
you. If
compare
you're
it-
trying to get off, like, you're trying to drink less alcohol, it's comparable to the sensation you get of having, like, a White Claw or
yeah.
or
or
a Truly.
not even that, like a Celsius or just
Something
you
in
know,
general
a,
that's
a light
familiar.
energy drink.
And I'm really glad that Mitro was my introduction, because if my introduction was some of the teas that I've had elsewhere, I
that are
probably
a bit
would.
more potent.
Yeah, I probably would be a little more hesitant to have started drinking Kratom more, because I only drank Kava for the first 3 years I was in the community. I never drank Kratom, and it
Yeah.
wasn't any reason in particular. I just was like, well, I kind of like where I'm at. But once, I'm very weird about trying new things. I was like, you know what? I'm going to try it. If I don't like it, I don't have to ever get it again. I don't have to feel bad. I'll stick to my Kava. But the cool thing is they also offer Kava seltzers, which is something you don't see a lot of, and they do it really well, and they have a lot of good flavors. I think my favorite flavor of Kava Mitra is their Dreamsicle. Can't go wrong with it. So if you guys want to try any Mitra products, you can click the link down in our bio. it will direct you to the Mitra website with a variety pack. So let's say you want to try a few flavors, like you want to kind of bundle it all up.
The variety pack is perfect.
Yeah, and if you do that, your first purchase is 20% off if you use our code. And we're really excited for you guys to try it out. We really love Mitra. Thank you so much, Mitra, for sponsoring our podcast. Like, seriously, they were one of the first people to get back to us right away. And I say it every single time we have a sponsorship, but I don't sponsor or read for a company that I don't agree with or support, or I won't drink myself. Yeah. So thank you so much, Mitra 9.
Yeah, thank you
Make
guys.
mine a Mitra 9. Alrighty. Well, we have something really big coming up here in a second. It's one of our, you've seen her before on camera. We're really excited. It is Crystal's birthday, or as the people here at Nocturne know her as Cece. Perfect. Can we get her a drink and bring her up here? Perfect. Well, we're going to bring Crystal up here.
Yeah, I believe it's her 24th birthday.
We love Cece.
Yes.
She's
a sweetheart.
Cece is more popular than I am at this kava bar, and we're just so excited that Crystal was a part of our table testing. We love you. This is the birthday queen.
Yes. Thank you. All right, the countdown.
Ooh, yeah, look at that.
We're gonna watch
Less than a minute. I'm gonna put the world clock on.
Yeah, you should announce it to the bar.
All right, clock. All right, we have
You want me to announce?
clock. Yeah. I wish I could see the time. Like,
Nope. Happy birthday!
happy birthday! Happy birthday, Cece! Woo! Boola! We love you, Cece.
Yeah.
And
Happy birthday.
one cool thing here at Nocturne. Woo! Well, one cool thing that I always try to enforce here is if it's somebody's birthday, they do not buy a single drink on their birthday. So, Cece, go get yourself a drink on the podcast. We love Cece.
Yeah.
And you have yourself a safe, happy birthday.
Thank you. I'll see you guys
Yeah.
See ya. Here, we're going to hand this back to you. Boop. We love you, Cece. But yeah, no, that's one cool thing about Nocturne is the people here, it's a community.
It's
and
one big
we make
family.
sure nobody pays for their drink on their birthday. You shouldn't have to spend money on your birthday. Like, that's like your one day to get to be
Yeah.
all you, and it's all about
It's like
you.
a common courtesy, like common hospitality.
I
you
won't
know?
forget this year. Actually, it was so funny. Somebody came up to me and was like, "Hey, can you not make today all about you? Like, this day is really not all about you." I was like, "Well,
What?
first of all, I'm pretty humble whenever it comes to like, I don't like to like toot my own horn a lot or whatnot." But like, someone was like, "Hey, can you not make today all about you?" I was like,
It's
First of all,
my birthday.
I never do that. Second of all, like, what the heck,
Let
bro?
me have my one
That's
day of
crazy.
the year.
I was like, this is the only day people appreciate me. But no, it's a lot of fun. I'm really glad that people can come here on their birthdays. I mean,
yeah.
this is the place to come if you're gonna have a birthday,
It is.
because
it
everybody
is.
will buy you a drink.
Yeah, all
Nobody,
your friends are here. It's always
all your
a good
friends
time.
are here. Well, we're gonna cut it here today, guys. We had a really productive episode. I'm really glad we got to have Fred on. Like,
Yeah.
ever since we
So
started the
glad Fred's
podcast.
here.
Yeah, ever since we started the podcast, I told Fred, like, I was like, bro, you gotta come to Florida. You gotta come on this
Come
podcast,
back.
bro.
We need you.
We need you. We need to go to a concert. We need you to talk about. Because here's the thing: is like, I'm really glad that you could talk about music therapy because
It is so special.
it's such a not even a niche, because that's not like something I consider niche. It's just something that's so unknown that I wish more people had
Yeah.
access to. So,
the benefits of it are like phenomenal.
yeah. So thank you to everybody who came on the podcast today. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you,
Yeah,
Kimani.
thank you guys.
Thank you, Rory. Thank you, Fred. Thank you, Jackson. He's been helping fill in on the sound today.
Yeah, thank
and
you.
making sure we sound good. The audio was much better this week. I did a much longer test run today. We're going to sign off here. I'm Mikey, too.
And I'm Lauren Olivia.
And this is the Brews Podcast. We'll see you guys next
Bye,
week.
guys.
Cool.